Why are you in favor of the Hampton's efforts to establish a rec center?
One of the things we look at when we look at economic development and growth are quality of life issues. Who do you want me to look at now that I screwed that up? You?
The camera.
The camera, instead of you. Let's start, I'll start over.
One blooper on there.
Blooper, sorry. Ask me the question again, we'll start over.
Okay. Why are you in favor of Hampton's efforts to establish a rec center?
Well, one of the things we look at when we look at economic growth, of course, would be quality of life issues. And in order for us to be able to offer the amenities in our community that will attract young families and new business, we need to be able to look at a lot of different things. We have to have quality education, we have to have spiritual growth, we have to have a commercial center, and we have to have things like a theater and a wellness center and recreational opportunities for individuals.
What have you done or learned because of your involvement with the rec center?
I've learned that some things are hard to achieve. Not everything goes according to plan. I've learned to listen to both sides of an issue. I've learned to understand the concerns that a lot of people have about funding and how a wellness center or a rec center would be funded.
In what ways are you involved with the rec center? AKA, what position do you hold in the rec center?
I really have no position on the rec center. I never have had. I think some people think I have, but I really haven't had. So I'm not a member of the race committee. I guess I'm just a concerned, interested citizen like a lot of other people.
Have you been involved in fundraising? If so, have you, or what have you done?
Yes, I did. The race committee asked me to go out and make some individual contacts to raise private funds for it, and I did contact, I believe, 5 individuals and turned in those results to the race committee, and that's pretty much been the extent of the fundraising part that I've had.
Do you believe that the rec center will be up and running by the proposed date?
I would say at this point in time probably not, and the reason I say that is because we do have the CAT grant, the Community Attraction grant submitted for, but we did submit that a little bit later than we planned on it. We also need to look at the financing part of it. We're not real sure where all the money's going to come from for the center. I think we may have to just take a deep breath and maybe take 6 months back, a 6-month step back and say it's not maybe going to happen when we thought it was going to. It will happen. It's going to take us a little bit longer.
What still needs to be done on your part and the city's part?
The city needs to look at the financing. The city made a commitment to give X number of dollars to the wellness center, and but the city's looking at some real crucial financing right now in city finances, and so we have to take a good look at what are our priorities as a city government. Where's our money going to be spent, and what issues have to be handled first? One of the things, obviously, is we still look at that existing swimming pool and say, how long can that swimming pool go on? And maybe we have to make it go a little bit longer than we thought it was going to have to originally.
Okay. The rec center was a big issue in the mayor election, so what have you done to try to change the minds of those opposed to having a rec center since you've been elected?
I haven't done anything to change the minds of those people opposed to the rec center. As I campaigned, the issue was not so much are you in favor of the rec center or are you opposed to the rec center. The issue was how's it going to be financed and funded. And so I didn't try to change anybody's opinion as far as whether they were for or against the rec center. I knew that I, as an individual, was very much for the rec center. If they were opposed to it, that was their own privilege and their own views. I think the crux of the challenge that we have and the opportunity that we have is to figure out if we do build one, how is it going to be funded? Is it going to be private funds or public funds, or is it going to be a combination of those?
How much of the city's funds will be necessary for the establishment of the rec center?
There again, that goes back to do we do an indoor pool? Do we do an indoor-outdoor pool? The city theoretically could conceivably have money available that they would be using towards the construction of an outdoor pool anyway, so there could be an amount there that could be used towards the wellness center, but I don't think any of that has been cast in stone yet, and I don't think we've reached a decision on that.
Does the city funds, or does the city have funds to be used for this purpose?
The city is looking at ways to come up with that funding right now. Again, city budget right now is really tight. Can I look at you today and say, yes, we can hand you a check for 2.1 million or whatever amount they might need? I'm not sure I can tell you that today. We have to continue as the people who are elected to office in the city, along with the city staff, to look at the amount of money that's needed and figure out where that's going to come from.
Thanks.
Okay, good luck.